Hey, this is Jack Bourne, founder of AW Pro Tools, and in this video today, I'm going to show you how to set up a SmartLink that will wait either 1, 2, 3, or X number of days before sending them into the next list. And this is really powerful, and I'll show you in future videos how you can use this. But let's just focus on the concept. So just to review real quickly here, let's say that you have list A, and you've got a series of follow-up emails shown here, 1, 2, 3. And then someone clicks, and ideally we want to wait a day, but it could just as easily be wait 2 days or 3 days, however long you want, and then they're added to list B. And then they start to receive these follow-up emails, etc. And of course they're unsubscribed here, and you can either leave them as unsubscribed or turn them back on. I don't want to get too far into what you do after that. Let's just focus on how do you set it up so that when they click, that it actually waits a day before adding them to the second list. Because currently, if you just add them immediately to list B, which is fine for a lot of situations, but what will happen is that the email will go out approximately 30 to 45 minutes after they click the link. Test this for yourself just to make sure, because I've reported this to Aweber, and so they could have changed things on their end. But I'm going to show you how you can have it wait multiple days, like 3 days, 4 days, as long as you want, so that you can control it. So with that, let me go ahead and show you inside of the AW Pro Tools admin what the situation is. Hold on, let me clear this up. Okay, great. So so first let me show you that under the automation robot. Okay, so if you're editing an automation robot, as I'm doing right here, I've already gone through, and if I'm going to set it up to move to a new list, I just want to review real quick that you have the ability to choose a specific follow-up number. So this is going to be triggered, the automation robot will be triggered when someone reaches the end of a follow-up series. And then you can say move them to this other list. So you can control, we can move them to number 3 or just leave it at 0. And then we can also have it set up to wait a certain number of days, 3, 4, 30, whatever you want. Now, if I switch over to editing a SmartLink, as I'm doing right here, we have the option to choose a follow-up number, but we don't have the option to wait. Now, the reason why is just because of the technical complexity behind the scenes in order to make that happen. It's easier, without getting into the programming details, it's easier to do that with Automation Robot than it is with the SmartLink. So what I've done is I've come up with a very simple hack, if you will, in order to pull this off. So let me show you how you do it. What it involves is it involves setting up 3 lists instead of 2. So we've got list A, and then instead of using list B as the final list in this diagram is going to be called list C. So in other words, the goal is to move folks from list A to list C. So what the heck is list B for? Well, let me erase my drawing here, and I'll explain that list B has no messages in it. So what's going to happen is they get email 1, email 2, and instead of getting email number 3, they actually click on the SmartLink in number 2, let's say. And so rather than moving them directly to list C, what we're going to do is we're going to move them to list B. So list B has no follow-up messages, and the purpose there is just to immediately have folks arrive at the end of the follow-up series. How do they do that? Because there's no follow-up messages. So if there's no follow-up messages, they're automatically at the end of the follow-up series, because there is no follow-up series. So now we can use an automation robot to wait as long as we want. We can set it to wait 1 day or 2 days, 3 days, 10 days, 21 days, whatever you want before they're moved to list C. So list B is just a holding area to wait a certain number of days before the automation robot kicks in and then moves them to list C. In this way, you have complete control over how much time you want to wait between when someone clicks on a SmartLink and when they start receiving the follow-up messages on the next list that they're moved to. So I hope this video showed you how to very quickly and easily set up a process where someone clicks a link and then they wait a certain period of time before they're added to the next list. And this is going to be the building blocks for some very cool things that you can do. And I'll show you one that involves a cart rescue, shopping cart save series, so that you can send out an email series only to folks who haven't completed a purchase. And I'll show you that in another video.